I actually have something I would use the Department of Education to do.
Would it be pack boxes for the State Department? The IRS?
No, it would be to monitor our institutions of higher education for extreme political bias and deny federal funding if it exists.
All right, the latest numbers are out, and the latest collection of opinions from a small group of people in Iowa claims Ben Carson is now out in front of Donald Trump. Add to that the timing of yet another puzzling comment from the candidate. We have one of those items that slips under the radar of everybody but yours truly and our next guest. A pleasure to welcome back after far too long an absence, creator of the web platform Epic Times, nationally syndicated radio talker, political commentator, fear only the epic truth with Jerry Doyle. Good to talk to you again, my friend. Hey, I want to get right to this Ben Carson comment. Policing speech on college campus. I think I understand what he's talking about, but Jerry, that's censorship.
Well, I mean, I'm sure some of the Republicans say, yeah, that's a great idea, but not always are you going to have a Republican that's controlling the House or the Senate or a Republican in the White House. So what you might think you want now, you might come to fear later. I mean, free speech is free speech, and free speech is there to protect the people whose speech is sometimes muffled. So when you start dictating what is and what is not acceptable speech, then you've got government involved in way too many elements of our lives. It's like government and religion. I want to protect religion from government, not government from religion. And the less government can do, the better we'll be. Because government can't do government. But government thinks they can do health care. Government thinks they can define what free speech is. Government thinks that they can do everything and anything, when in fact the only thing they're supposed to be doing, they're an abysmal failure at, which is governing.
Would it be fair to say that, I mean, look, we are still all shocked in many ways that Donald Trump is leading a number of the polls, although in Iowa right now, Ben Carson is ahead of Donald Trump. Is that more shocking? With all the things that Ben Carson has said, he has shown a severe lack of knowledge about a number of issues that he is in front right now. That's got to be a shock.
Anyone but the establishment. That's the anger. That's what's being expressed out there from people right now that are saying, give me Donald Trump, give me Ben Carson, give me Carly Fiorina, give me Carrot Top, give me somebody other than the people that are there who have so screwed things up for John and Jane Q. Public. So it doesn't surprise me that Trump or Fiorina or Carson or some other outsiders, the self-avowed Democratic Socialist Bernie Sanders, the Santa Claus of all things giveaway, these people are looking at like we got to do something different. We have to do something different than what we're doing right now.
Yeah, but wait a minute, Jerry. Is different really good, though, when you talk about being different to such an extreme?
I live in Las Vegas. There's a lot of gentlemen's clubs here. Let me put the love affair with Donald Trump and Ben Carson and Carly Fiorina and all the other outsiders. People like to look at the fantasy, the escapism of strippers, dancers. It's free. It's without any excuses. It's unpredictable. It's things you've never heard before and probably things you've never seen before. But when it comes time to make that commitment, when it comes time to walk down that political aisle and to say that I do, I think most of the country is going to recognize that Donald Trump, as appealing as he is, and as entertaining as he is a loose cannon. And they're going to then start to go, who am I going to make the long-term commitment with? It's fun right now because it doesn't matter. We're still 13 months away from anybody really deciding who they're going to vote for. And I think as we get closer to making that ultimate political commitment, I think most people are going to turn to the safe rather than the titillating choice.
I can hear the words of Bill Murray as Tripper Harrison in Meatballs. It just doesn't matter. Suddenly it was screaming at me here. I got 90 seconds left. Two things I want to get in. First of all, Bill Kristol of the Weekly Standard says he believes that it's going to be a Rubio-Fiorina ticket. Would you vote for that?
Yeah, he's probably the same guy who said Joe Biden is definitely getting in. Everybody, you know what? Just tell me when it happens. Everybody wants to be the first to say, I told you so. It's like the guy standing on a street corner in San Francisco with the sandwich board that said the big one is coming. He's been wrong for 75 years. One day he's probably going to be right, and everybody's going to say, boy, that guy knew. He was telling us all along. But more times than not, they're wrong than right. We'll come to find out what the ticket is when the ticket is what the ticket is.
Less than 60 seconds here. I know you watched it today. Everybody watched it, at least those of us who are politicos. What did you think of the Hillary Clinton meets the House Select Committee tete-a-tete?
Politics trumps everything in this country right now, and politics right now trumps, unfortunately, the lives of 4 dead Americans. Hillary Clinton had better security going from her house on Embassy Row in Washington, D.C. On a day in October than our ambassador had at a known hotspot on the anniversary of 9/11 in the Middle East. when I look at what was taking place, here's what you have to look at. We had security there. What security did we have? It was a company called Blue Mountain Group. Blue Mountain Group is a British firm that the Brits don't use to protect their own British personnel. Why did we have the Blue Mountain Group there? I'll bet you if we had Special Forces there, I bet you if we had the Green Berets there, I bet you if we had the Navy SEALs there, there's a better possibility that those 4 Americans would still be alive. And we can debate all the who said, what said, emails, this server nonsense that's going on. But we had security there. And why did we have that security there? Was it because it was saved some money? Was it a political kickback? Was there some friend who owned a deal and had a contract with the company? There's a lot of questions there about the security that we had that didn't do its job.
Still got to know the answers. Jerry, always a pleasure. Take care. The Hardline continues.